started, you know, with the reason that we're here this afternoon here in just a bit. We're still get things set up, but I wanted to check in with a couple reminders. First of all, the coasters that you got in your back, those lovely coasters that you got. First of all, thanks to Sue Wright for making all those coasters. Yeah, that's amazing. And in those coasters, you would have noticed a number, a ticket. Okay, this is very important. This is very important. There's it is. Yep, that is your raffle number for tomorrow. So at lunchtime tomorrow, we've got a ton of great prizes to share. We've got a sewing machine to give away. We got an AccuQuilt set to give away. Just trying to think, lots of fabric, goodies from the Fat Quarter Shop. What's up? Oh, batting! Oh my gosh, I don't know how I can forget batting. Tube rolls. What's that? Yes, absolutely. So we need you to bring your coaster with you, and we have a lot to give away. So the other thing tomorrow is our 20th anniversary quilts. You guys were asked to bring those. At lunchtime, we'd like to have a parade. So if you can, I know the outreach committee's like, yes, because they've been working hard with you all on those. But you know, if you can bring those at lunchtime, we're going to have a parade to see all the wonderful work that you've done. Yeah, how many of you guys brought a quilt, if you can raise your hand? What's that? Go ahead. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so let me repeat that. The question was, when were we notified to bring your 20th anniversary quilt to conference? And it was in clue number 5. And it gave you a couple options. If you didn't want to bring your quilt, you could also bring a picture as well, or send a picture. Okay. Can they? Are you good on that? Can they still send a picture, or are you have that already? You have it already. Okay. I think what we can do is, if you miss that opportunity, send them to me, and we'll send them out later. We'll make sure that you get them recognized. So, yeah, I'm sorry about that disconnect. We kind of had a chance in the schedule to do the parade because we had to shuffle our speakers a little bit for tomorrow, so that is a last minute adjustment. So, any other housekeeping? Yeah, outreach at qovf.org. So, yeah. We are going to look at how many of you guys would love to get more of the 20th anniversary merchandise. Okay. The t-shirt? Okay. Yeah, we can, yeah, so Dean Wagner is one of our speakers tomorrow. He's the CEO of Authentically American, and Dean loves to sell shirts to our members. He loves to support us. So I don't think there'll be a problem doing that. We can certainly do that. And some of the merchandise in the store, if we run low on that, and you think that members in your groups may like that, we can go ahead and run a sale too. You can just shoot me an email, and then we'll get that lined up. So, yeah. Yeah, so while we're here, we have a couple more questions. We're thinking about, okay, the panels for the flash sale. Oh. Okay. Sounds good, thank you, Michelle. So two little quick survey questions. Do you guys like it when we do those flash sales on panels? All right. Can I hear by hands? You guys like them? All right. That's some good data. And then we have an opportunity to potentially purchase a 5-yard kit. There's a manufacturer that's coming out with that. We're looking at that too. And that would be at a very good price. 5-yard plus panel kit. Okay, hands if you're interested in more information. Okay, that helps us out for our planning. So, all right. Well, I think that's all our housekeeping. I appreciate the informal market research. We always want to try to provide things for you guys that are useful. And yeah, let's get to why we're here this afternoon. I'm just checking with my crew in the back if we're good to go. Thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, and appreciate the support back there with our camera crew and with our AV sound today. All right, well, I am so excited to introduce Letters from Home. How many of you guys saw them on tour? How many of you guys participated in the awards? Yeah, I got to see it in Colorado and it was amazing. So yes, I'd love to introduce Aaron Dirth and Dan Beckman with Letters from Home.
He was a famous drummer man out Chicago way. He had a boogie style no one else could play. He was a top man at his craft. But then his number came up and he was going to draft. He's in the army now, a rolling reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. They made him blow a bugle for his uncle's sail. It really brought him down because he could not jam. The captain seemed to understand, because the next minute cab went out and rattled and band. And now the funky drums when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. A toot, a tooty boozing into the bar. In boogie rhythm, he can't hold up no, he must have faced the guitar playing with him. And the funky jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. He was so boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. And when he plays boogie woogie bugle, he's as busy as a busy bee. And when he plays, he makes the company jump into the bar. He's a boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Toot-toot-toot-toot-liana, toot-toot-liana, he blows his A to the bar. He can't go without the bass, his guitar is a wind, bam, 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 bam. And the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Hello, everybody!
We are so excited to be here at the Quilts of Valor. My name is Aaron Dirth.
My name is Dan Beckman.
And we are Letters from Home. It is our mission to tour the country and honor our veterans, our active military heroes, and their families by uniting the nation through music.
And it's absolutely our pleasure to be here in one of our very favorite towns, Paducah.
Now, it looks like some of you weren't even born in the 1940s.
So we've gone ahead and we've updated our show. He was a famous Roman man from Chicago, and he had a boogie style that no one else could play. He was the top man at his craft. But then his number came up and he was going to draft. He's in the army now, a throwing reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Yeah! Boogie every night, it wakes him up the same way in the early ride. They clap their hands and stamp their feet, because they know how he plays. So dance to the beat, makes you company jump out into the floor. Here's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B.
Well, gosh, it is so great to see so many familiar faces today, and thank you again for coming out to this amazing, amazing event the entire week.
And for the record, I do know it's pronounced Paducah. Yeah, this is actually an old stomping ground of ours. Again, we are Letters from Home, and we take our inspiration from the performers and the performances of the USO. Now, woo indeed, woo indeed. Now, the USO got its start in the year 1941 with the intention of sending busloads of entertainment to all the Army camps east of the Rocky Mountains.
And soon the USO became the official entertainment of all the men and women of the armed forces. In fact, during its peak in 1945, the USO was performing over 700 shows per day.
Between the years of 1941 and 1947 alone, 7,000 performers put on 500,000 shows, and the audiences they reached totaled over 173 million people, which is pretty good for a startup.
Those were the entertainers of the radio, stage, and screen, even vaudevillians and concert performers who all wanted to show their support of the troops.
During World War II, some of the headliners you may have recognized are folks like Bob Hope and Judy Garland, and of course those rascally Andrews sisters.
Who were quilters, by the way. During the Korean War, you'd be entertained by the likes of Jack Benny and bombshells like Marilyn Monroe.
And then the Vietnam War rolled around, and we had rock sirens like Janis Joplin and bands like Cream's Clearwater Revival take the stage.
So the names and the styles have changed so much throughout the year, but the USO remains strong even today in entertaining our troops worldwide.
Now, this next song was first made famous by a man named Les Brown and his band of renown, and it became known as the unofficial theme song to the end of World War II.
That's right.
Gonna take a sentimental journey, gonna set my heart at ease, gonna make a sentimental journey to renew old memories. I got my bag, I got my reservation, every time I grew old, just like a child in wild anticipation. I want to hear that all aboard. 7, that's the time to leave. 7, I'll be waiting up at heaven, counting every mile railroad track that takes me back. Every thought, my heart would be so dirty. Why did I decide to roll? Gonna make a sentimental journey, sentimental journey home.
When you hear the song of your branch, we'd love for you to please stand and be recognized so that we can all say thank you for being the true heroes that you are.
Beginning with the United States Army. First you fly through the sky and you feel and you fly and the army will throw in the sky. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the army will throw in the Lord. And we high, 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 hey, the army's on its way. Old town mama came and drive slow. Hey, go, you always know that the army will throw it away.
But we did bring our lightsabers just in case. Well, ladies and gentlemen, one of the things that we have realized in our travels as Letters from Home is that politics and patriotism are two very, very different things. This next song was originally written for the musical Chess, and it speaks of a man who has an undying love for his own country.
No madness, though their sad powers may prevail, can possess, conquer my country's heart. They rise to fail. She's eternal, long before nation lines were drawn, when no flags flew, when no army stood, my land was born. And you ask me why I love her, through war, death, and despair. The constant, we who don't care. And you wonder, will I leave her? And how? I cross over borders, but I'm still there.
about traveling the country is all of the people that you get to meet along the way. And we were actually talking to a Quilt of Valor lady right after one of our shows, and she was telling us this amazing story about how she had to give her twins up for adoption. And this was years ago, and one twin went all the way down to Puerto Rico, and his name was Juan, and the other one actually ended up all the way in Egypt, and his name was Amal. So all these years went by, and this past Christmas, she got a Christmas card from her son Juan in Puerto Rico, and there was a picture inside, and it was the first time she had seen a picture of him in so many years. And she said it was amazing, because she said her only other wish was to have a picture of her son, Amal. And I told her, you know, they are twins, and once you've seen Juan, you've seen them all. It didn't actually happen. Everyone's like, whoa, which lady is that? Do I know her? Is she on my Facebook page? Well, you know, Nat King Cole was an amazing man in the 1960s who sung so many songs, including this next one that taught the world how to spell the word love. And when some people are in love, they make blush a little bit. Are you a blusher? Oh, you're blushing right now. Or if some people are in love, they might swoon just a little bit. Laura, you're a swooner, aren't you? Yeah, I can tell. But you know, when I'm in love, I don't swoon, I don't blush. I just tend to move my shoulders around, a little bit like this. L is for the way you look at me. O is you're the only one I see. B is very, very extraordinary. It's even more than anyone that you adore, and love is all that I can give to you. Oh, love, it's more than just a game for two. Two in love can make it. Take my heart, but please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. Oh my gosh. You know, ever since I got here today, I have noticed we have a special connection, don't we? You know, hold on, will you stand up for just a second? Oh, you know, he's handsome, isn't he? But I think you didn't remember all of your makeup today. Oh, you look so much better now. Hey, do you think... Oh, you're married. Well, that doesn't bother me. I'm getting married in a month. Hey, do you think that you can move your shoulders a little bit like this? Oh, that's pretty good, huh? How about this whole table? Let's see it. Let's see some shoulder action. Oh, that's very good. How about you guys? You look like a rowdy bunch of shoulders. It's even more than anyone that you adore and love. Woo! It's all that I can give to you. Oh, love, it's more than just a game for two. Two in love can make it. Take my heart, but please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. All right, this side of the room. Here we go. Love was made for me and you. This whole side over here. Let's see now. I said love. Everybody. It was made for me and you.
Aaron,
What?
I have some disturbing news.
Well, why?
I'm not sure I knew how to feel about that song.
Why?
I looked out over the audience at the end and everyone was looking around at each other like, I don't know, did you like it?
Well, that's because quilters are all stuck up, see?
Yeah, I'd expect that kind of snobbishness from cross-stitchers.
Oh!
Have you seen the well-to-do up and down Park Avenue?
On that famous thoroughfare, with their noses in the air.
High hats and narrow coats,
White spats and lots of colors.
spending every dime
For a wonderful time.
If you don't do it, you know where to go to. Why don't you go where fashion sits? Putting on the ritz. Different types of wearing it. And with stripes, cut away, no perfect fits. Putting on the ritz.
Dressed up like $1 million trooper.
Try hard to look like Gary Cooper. Super duper. Come, let's mix the Rockefellers. Walk with sticks and umbrellas in their midst. Putting on the ritz. Have you seen the well-to-do up on Lennox Avenue? On that famous thoroughfare, with their noses in the air, high hats, narrow collars, white spats, lots of dollars, spending every dime for a wonderful time. If you're blue and you know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits? Putting on the ritz. Tangled gowns upon a bevy of highbrow and down the levee on misfits. Putting on the ritz. That's where each and every little bell goes. Every Thursday evening with her
inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame.
But Cab Calloway didn't get by on his own talents alone.
We didn't practice
No, he
that.
didn't.
Thank you very much.
That's the show, ladies and gentlemen. Good night. Cab Calloway had help from his audiences who were very well versed in what's known in the business as scatting.
But Dan,
Yeah.
we are in Paducah, Kentucky.
Uh-huh.
In order to get into Paducah, you need to know how to scat, am I right?
An overwhelming response!
Well, listen very carefully, ladies and gentlemen, and I know you're going to know just right when to come on in.
Ladies and gentlemen, the story of Minnie. Yeah!
Now here's the story about Minnie the Moocher. She was a load of hoochie coocher. She was the roughest, toughest frail, but Minnie had a heart as big as a whale. Hi, 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 hi. Hody, 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 ho.
Hody, 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 ho. She messed around with a bloke named Smokey. She loved him, though he was cocky. He took her down to Chinatown, and he taught her how to kick that gong around. Hi, 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 hi.
Hi, 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 hi.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
She had a dream about the king of Sweden.
He gave her all of the things she was needing.
He built her a house made of gold and steel, a diamond car with platinum wheels. Hi, 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 hi. Hi, 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 ho. Schooly-boo, 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 schooly-boo.
He gave her his townhouse and his racing horses. Each meal she ate was a dozen courses.
Had $1 million worth of nickels and dimes. Sat around and counted them 1,000,000 times. Hi, 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 hi. Hody, 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 ho. Hee, 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 hee. Hi, 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 ho.
It pulled my pants down, getting up a little bit.
This close to getting it right.
You know, Frank Sinatra was a performer who did so much for the USO, and he actually went on more USO tours than almost anyone, except for one performer, who was, of course, Bob Hope. In fact, Bob used to joke with the guys in Vietnam about performing for their fathers during World War II. Bob also did so many amazing things. He even took the radio over as he was flying over submarines to get to his next USO show, and he would give them a little radio show, and he would just circle and give them a radio show, which I thought was just the coolest thing ever. But you know, there were so many great songs and so many great artists. And Frank Sinatra said one of my favorite quotes of all time, and that is, "You only have one life to live, but if you live it like mine,
I'll be a devil till I'm an angel, but until then, hallelujah, gonna dance, gonna fly. I'll take a chance, flying high. Before my time is up, I'm gonna fill my cup, and I will live, 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 live until I die. Those blues I lay low, I'll make them stay low. They'll have a trail over her head. I'll be a devil till I am an angel, but until then, I'm gonna dance. Hallelujah, gonna dance, and I'm gonna fly. I'll take a chance, flying high. Before my time is up, I'm gonna fill my cup, but I will live, 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 live until I die. Until I die.
Well, along this tour, we had so many opportunities to meet veterans of all generations, but I will say that even with some of the World War II guys still with us and some of the younger guys, the one that touched me the most was when you all quilted our Vietnam veterans. Thank you so much for doing that. Do we have any Vietnam era veterans here with us today? Will you please stand for us now? So many men and women who made it back from Vietnam never received that warm welcome home that they so much deserved. But we would love to change that. You're all changing that. We would like to say thank you so much for your service and welcome home.
The old hometown looks the same as I step down from the train. And there to meet me is my mama and papa. Down the road I look, and there runs Mary, hair of gold and lips like cherries. It's good to touch the green, green grass of home. Yes, they'll all come to meet me, arms reaching, smiling sweetly. It's so good to touch the green, green grass of home. Well, the old house is still standing, though the paint is cracked and dry. And there's the old oak tree that I used to play on. Down the lane I walk with my sweet Mary, hair of gold and lips like cherries. It's good to touch the green, green grass of home. Then I awaken and look around me at these four walls that surround me, and I realize, yes, I was only dreaming. There's a garden, there's a sad old cottage,
daybreak again I touch the green, green grass of home. Yes, they'll all come to see me beneath the shade of that old oak tree as they lay me down beneath the green, green grass of home. Something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there telling me I've got to beware. I think it's time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Caroline's being wrong.
Nobody's right if everybody's wrong.
Young people speaking their minds,
Getting
so much resistance from behind. It's time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
one field day for the heat. 1,000 people in the street,
Singing songs and carrying signs, mostly say hooray for our side. It's time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
Paranoia strikes deep into your life.
It will creep. It starts when you're always afraid. You step out of line, they come and take you away. You better stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Call that the feel-good section of the show.
Well, in 1960s, in all the 1960s, when more troops were being sent over to North Vietnam, mini skirts were all the rage in the United States.
Hasbro Toys noted the success of the Barbie doll, and they made their own version for boys, which they called Ken. I'm thinking it's G.I. Joe.
The United States Department of Transportation was created. And the GI Bill was passed, and the Mission 10 space launch was launched and successfully went to the moon.
And they made a lot of advancements in brain surgery, which we'll look into after this song. And in upstate New York, a bar called the Anchor Bar, they developed the very first buffalo chicken wing.
And the price of gas skyrocketed to 29 cents a gallon.
And 4 schoolyard friends got together, picked up instruments, and formed a band. Their names were Stu Cook, Doug Clifford, Tommy Fogarty, and John Fogarty, and the band they created was, of course, called the Blue Velvets.
But then, in 1964, they were forced to change their name after they signed with Fantasy Records, which, of course, they did change it to the Gollywogs.
Yeah. And then one thing led to another, and before this band met with global acclaim, they changed their name one final time, becoming It's Creed's Clearwater Revival. You didn't know it. That's fine.
I'm surprised I didn't know.
Now, is it just me, or did Creedence have a knack for making songs even about the apocalypse sound cheery? I see bad moon rising. I see trouble on the way. I see earthquakes and lightning. I see bad times today. Well, on the ground tonight, it's bound to take your life. There's a bad moon on the rise. Come on, girl. Hey. Well, I can hear the hurricanes blowing. I know the end is coming soon. I hear there are rivers overflowing. I hear the voice of rage and ruin. Well, run around tonight, it's bound to take your life. There's a bad moon on the rise. All right.
Yee-haw! Woo!
Hope you have got your things together. Hope you are quite prepared to die. Looks like we're in for nasty weather.
Not today.
One eye's taking for an eye. Well, also not tonight. It's bound to take your life. There's a bad moon on the rise. One more time. Well, also round tonight. It's bound to take your life. There's a bad moon on the rise.
Well, Letters from Home actually began at the idea of my father, Pat Dirth, who was a veteran of the United States Coast Guard. He would have been the only one here today. Dad believed it didn't matter when you served or what your service was. And he said one day to me at a Sunday night dinner, you should do a show for veterans. And then we started getting out all of his old records. We were listening to Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy and Can't Help Falling in Love and so much of music from the Vietnam War era. And I had no idea at that time that this little show would take us clear across the country and across the world. In fact, for the 75th anniversary of D-Day in Normandy, France, we had the opportunity to go and perform on Omaha Beach for our World War II veterans, which was something that I'll never forget. And so many of those guys are gone now, but we will always remember singing along to them and the memories that it stirred up. And Dad would have really, really loved what you all do and everything that this organization stands for. Unfortunately, he did pass away a few years ago, but this show, in a way, has become his legacy.
We've actually set up a fund in his name. We call it the Pat Dirth Veterans Performance Fund. And what this fund allows us to do is to take this show and shows like it and bring it into places that wouldn't normally be able to have it. So we do a lot of retirement homes, VA hospitals, a lot of memory care facilities, the kinds of places where the sunshine just needs help getting in. We actually right now, our main focus of our funds right now is we're trying to fund and finish our documentary, which actually will feature quite a bit of the Quilts of Valor. If you didn't know, we performed a 50 states tour between January and May of this year, and we partnered with Quilts of Valor, and we're fortunate to meet many of you, but we partnered with one rep in every single state and had the honor of quilting 50 veterans across America, which is going to be a huge part of the documentary. So if you want to learn more about that or make a donation, you can talk to us after the show or visit our website, lettersfromhomesingers.com.
And you know, my dad really would have loved being a part of this entire organization. He probably would have been there helping selling the batting. And every single show I love to dedicate a song to him. And so he loved Otis Redding. And this one's for you, Dad.
And I'll be sitting when the evening comes. watching the ships roll in, and I watch them roll away again, sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away, sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. I left my home in Georgia, waiting for the Frisco Bay. 'Cause I got nothing to live for. Looks like nothing's gonna come my way. Now I'll just come sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away, sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Looks like nothing's gonna change. Everything just seems to stay the same. I can't do what 10 people tell me to do, so I guess I'll remain the same. Sitting here resting my bones, and this loneliness won't leave me alone. 2,000 miles I roam, just to make this dock my home. Now we'll just go sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away, sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. You know this part?
There's some good whistlers in this group.
And some whistlers. You strike me as a crowd that's well-fashioned on classical music. How about action movies? Okay, you'll like this. In the 80s, Arnie had an idea for a movie, and he wanted to make it with all his friends. So he went to his apartment, where Jean-Claude Van Damme was living at the time with Sylvester Stallone. Don't ask. And Arnie kicked down the door, and he walked through the rubble, and he said, "You guys, I have an idea for a movie." And Sylvester Stallone said, "Oh, I look, every time you come over, you gotta get down. And Jean-Claude Van Damme said, "Oh, ho, ho." Anyway, Arnie said, "I have an idea for a movie where we all play classical music composers, but action heroes." And they loved the idea. The men jumped to their feet. Sylvester Stallone says, "I love it. I'm going to play Beethoven."
Ooh, good one.
Jean-Claude jumped up and says, "I'm going to be Rachmaninoff." Yeah. They turn to Arnie and they say, "Arnie, who are you going to play?" And he says, "I'll be Bach." It's a pretty bad payoff for that joke, I know.
I think you should take her with you on tour as your official laugh
Yeah, you're in.
track.
Come on, let's take you in the suitcase.
You know what time it is, Dan?
What time is it?
It's time to get out our Jeep!
I love the Jeep. Do the thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you will direct your attention to this side of the stage, you will find a 1941 Willis Jeep, 4 on the floor, 4-wheel drive, a 9-slot steel grill, a Go Devil motor, and original paint. And today's the day we get our new driver. I am so excited because I was looking at this man back here who brought his own driving glasses. Look at this. Marty, come on up. Give a big round of applause for Marty. Now, Dan, it's only fair that we take your very own laugh track on tour with us. Come on up, Barbara. Oh, it was you. Well, I think you should both come. Let's give a round of applause for both these ladies. Woo-hoo!
folks who have been drinking and you need each other to stay upright.
And last but certainly not least, all the way over in the corner, with a GoArmy.com lanyard on. What is your name, sir?
Bill.
It's Bill! Give it up for Bill, ladies and
Come
gentlemen.
on, Bill.
Bill is so enthusiastic about joining us on stage, I can't even tell what he just muttered.
That's a good sign. You've got all the workings of a showman. Come on, Bill. Now, yeah, you have noticed there's no seat left, so you're going to have to stand between us in the back. But, you know, it's been a long show, so don't mind the smell. Is he driving?
Well, if he's driving back here, it would be very, very scary. Marty, where are you from?
Just south of Dallas, Texas.
South of Dallas, Texas. Are you licensed to drive one of these? Oh, good.
Well, I'm going to ask you something. We're going to need some protection on this road. So do you ever find one of these? You make me nervous. I'm going to give this one to you. Yeah, no.
Now, I have something else for you here. This is an ancient relic. The kids don't know about these, but it's called a map. And this is for you. Just try to keep us going in the right direction.
Now, we are missing... Wow, you two just fill me with confidence. We're going to need one more component to this Jeep. You know what that is?
Ooh,
Thanks,
he
Marty.
knows.
Give that a try. That's great.
Now, before we turn it over, I'd like to just say a disclaimer. This gun is 100% fake, and so there is no danger of anyone getting hurt, so feel free to shoot whoever you'd like. All right. Let's turn it over, shall we? Woo! Funky road! Broadway, Blue Cincinnati, in a Jeep that was built for the six of us. Beep, 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 beep. This is a taxi cab to Hackensack. We're going up to camp and back already. We're six jerks in a Jeep. Six creeps in a Jeep that leaps. Now here we go. Beep, beep. We're six jerks in a Jeep. We're six quacks in a hat. Six quacks here to send you Jack. Now look here, Max, no cracks. We're six quacks in a hat. Jeep goes jumping and a bumping along. We're gonna knock you right off in your seat. Here we come rumbling and there's nothing to song. Take it with a repeat. We're six jerks in a Jeep. Six freaks in a Jeep that leaps. Now here we go. Beep, beep. We're six jerks in a Jeep. Sharp turn! Wow! Jeep goes jumping along. Gonna knock you right off your seat.
Here we come, just robbing along, just stopping along in our Jeep. Whoa, beep, beep, to the antenna. Beep, beep, to the antenna. We're six dudes on a scoop that will roof my baby. It's on a scoop that will scoop. Now here we go, do, 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 do. Six dudes on a scoop. Wheel, six heels on a wheel, blue say.
Showings on a wheel that we're real. We're looking for a meal. We're six heels on a wheel.
Jeep goes jumping and bumping along. We're gonna knock you right off your seat. Here we come, robbing and stuffing the song. Dig it with a repeat. We're six folks on a smoke.
We'll be right back in break.
Five folks in a scary motion. Are you ready for the dance break? All right, just do what we do, no pressure.
Here we go.
Come on.
Right, arms in the air. Turn around. Big jump.
And solo.
Here we go.
All these will be what we have reached. We're six jerks in a Jeep, beep, beep, beep. Six freaks in a Jeep that leaps. And here we go, beep, beep. Here we go, all six jerks in a Jeep.
Give it up for our jerks, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm just gonna...
You know, you were much too confident with that gun.
A bit too active.
Did you ever see that movie, Laverne and Shirley?
Is that a movie?
Oh no, I was thinking about the other one, where they go off the cliff at the end. Thelma and Louise, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's give it up for all of our jerks. Woo!
Thank you very much.
What a great job. Oh, she just told me she has a convertible too, so stand by for next year's act with these two.
By the way, that lays a lease, so I'm going to need it back.
You're just trying to walk away with our red, white, and blue lei. That's unpatriotic.
Typical man. Gets laid and just leaves the stage.
That's funny.
What'd you say?
I said that's funny. Well, you know, it seems like lately anytime we turn on the television or the radio or we open our Facebook pages, we are just inundated with so much outside, bad news and negativity, and it tries so hard to get into our hearts and our homes, and sometimes it does, and it gets into the hearts and the homes of the ones that we love and talk to so much as well. But Dan and I have now had this amazing opportunity to tour every state in this country, and every single place we go, we find rooms filled with people just like you. There's no one like you too.
Yeah. And might I add, thank God.
But we do. We find amazing, wonderful things happening all over this country that the media is not usually talking about.
We talked earlier in the show about what patriotism is not, but I think it's important to kind of chat about what we think it is. And Aaron and I agree that patriotism for us is kind of just another word for community. So if you're ever feeling overwhelmed with negativity or overbeared by the media, I challenge you to step back, take a deep breath, and just look at the people around you. Take a look right now at the person next to you. Give them a smile and a wave. Yeah, there you go. A little hug. You too, save it for later. Now look across the room and find somebody you've never met and give them a smile and a wave. Yeah.
And we've got about 200 people in this room right now or so, and that means that there's about 200 different opinions in this very room right now. But it is the differences in all of us and the diversity of our American people that make this country so darn beautiful. If tomorrow all the things were gone I'd worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my family by my side, I'd thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause that flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away.
I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the ones who died, who gave that right to me.
And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Paducah, and from sea to shining sea.
From Detroit down to Houston, and New York to LA, when there's pride in every American heart, it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the ones who died, who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today,
much for coming out today, and thank you for having us as a part of your amazing quilt family. Once again, I'm Erin Dirk.
I forgot my line. I'm Dan Beckman.
And we love what each and every one of you do. Keep up the great work, and thank you for having us as a part of your family. We love you.
God bless you.